I've always had this perception that fast food is cheap, and if you don't have enough of this, you're more likely to eat at fast food restaurants. And I realize that's an ignorant statement, but hang on for a second. By now you know who this guy is. Back in 1988, Elon wanted to see if he could live off of only $30 worth of food for an entire month. Yep, you heard that right, $30 for 30 days. And after 30 days, he was able to pull this feat off, mostly living on oranges and hot dogs. I'm not suggesting that in 2019 you should be eating for $1 a day, but rather ask ourselves this question. Can you actually eat healthy for very cheap, and can you do it on a fast food budget? This week I've decided to challenge this curiosity by 1, going to a fast food restaurant to see how much a normal meal would cost, and 2, using that cost as a budget to go to 3 different grocery stores to see how much you can buy for a price of a fast food meal.
So today, we're gonna go to McDonald's and get ourselves a meal. So the first thing I'm gonna do with this challenge is actually go to a McDonald's and actually see how much an actual meal costs, because I haven't been to a McDonald's in like 8 months to a year, and I usually get the cheapest thing there. So today I'm gonna get a full meal and see how much it costs, and then the curiosity begins. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna get the artisan grilled sandwich, the chicken one. I'll make that into a meal also. I'll get the medium. Yeah, that's it. To go. How much? $9.77. So I ended up getting not the traditional McDonald's meal. I don't know what a traditional McDonald's meal now is nowadays anyway. I ended up getting a grilled artisan chicken sandwich. It's grilled, it's artisan chicken, so it's not fried, which is good. But I ended up getting a medium fries. I haven't had McDonald's fries in over a year, and then I got a Coke.
Yeah, this isn't bad. I know what you guys might be thinking. So why am I eating junk food for this video? And honestly, McDonald's is pretty good. You have to admit. I just don't eat enough of it, and that's a good thing. Since this meal was $10, I want to see how far $10 can go in 3 different grocery stores and see the variations of what you can get and eat healthy, because eating healthy is important. Did that make sense? I hope it did. I'm going to continue to eat this. This sandwich is so freaking good, surprisingly. It's grilled, which is good.
I haven't been to Aldi's in about like 5 years, so this is gonna be exciting. One of the cool things that they have actually here is that you'd have to put a quarter to get yourself a cart, which I think is a really unique touch.
Aldi plays in the private label space. So 90% of what you find in this Aldi store is going to be exclusive private labels that you can only get at Aldi. That also means that the prices are much lower, and private label is really growing in acceptance. It's up about 4% compared to last year. That's according to Nielsen, though it did dip a bit the year before that. Millennials are particularly keen and at least more open to looking at private label foods.
Alright, so I was able to get pretty much everything I wanted to in a reasonable budget, but I'm gonna wait to show the breakdown of everything until the end of the video while I have all 3 different groceries worth of stuff. But so far, Aldi's, I approve. Trader Joe's. A few things I figured out about Trader Joe's. One, it's the same dimension as Aldi in the sense that it's really small. It's actually not, I think it's actually smaller than Aldi's. What I did notice is that what makes Trader Joe's a little more tempting and a little more, a higher chance rather, to have a bill that's more expensive. One thing that they have is a lot of Trader Joe's branded stuff. So like they have a lot of like ready-made Indian food, which kind of is like really big in the States, you know, especially in my area. It's the cookie butter that's also really popular here. So, and they also have a lot of samples that they give out, like I said earlier. So it's just a lot of combination of those 3 things that kind of makes it a little more pricier, I think, at the end. All right, so I went to Trader Joe's. You'll be pretty surprised by how much more expensive it was, but again, I'm not going to show until the end. How do you feel every time you walk into a Whole Foods? Like, or better question is, when you're leaving Whole Foods and you're eating something from Whole Foods, like, what is that feeling you get? Like, I know I get that feeling, but I just don't know how to explain it.
It's hard to describe.
Yeah, it's like you feel like you made a good investment. It's like,
Yeah.
you're like, I made an investment. It's more expensive, but I made an investment for my body. It's weird, even though it might not always pan out that way. It sure feels like it.
I mean, it's just like everything's more accessible. Like, in terms of like buying like organic, like it's all gonna be there. Whereas my normal grocery store, like the things that I'm looking, it's two parts. So the things that I'm looking for that are healthy are there, and then the things that could, keep getting off track from eating healthy aren't there. Like the temptations aren't there.
Yeah. So I ended up going to 3 different grocery stores, and the goal was again to buy the same exact items in each store as best as I could, so I can see how expensive one grocery store is to another and kind of compare that to each other, and also compare that to the cost of fast food. So in Trader Joe's, my total bill came out to $12.59. Aldi, it actually came out to $10.09. And Whole Foods, I paid $15.25. So it's actually kind of interesting. So Aldi's, Trader Joe's, and Whole Foods, I bought the same stuff. I bought eggs, I bought spinach, I bought a loaf of bread, an avocado, and bananas. So if you end up looking at the prices, Aldi compared to Whole Foods compared to Trader Joe's, eggs from Aldi is $2.79 versus eggs at Whole Foods is $2.99, where the medium is $2.79 at Trader Joe's as well. Bananas at Aldi's is $1.06, Trader Joe's it's at $1.14, and Whole Foods it's $1.20. Milk in Aldi's is $2.12, Trader Joe's is $2.99, and then Whole Foods it's $3.79. So that's been the biggest jump so far. And then if you look at spinach is roughly the same kind of. Avocados, this is it kind of gradually increases here. So avocados at Aldi's is $1.19, Trader Joe's $1.59, and Whole Foods it's $1.99. So it's $2 for an avocado. And then bread also is a big jump here too. What is so interesting is that I think a lot of these price differences actually come from just branding. But like, honestly, who knows? Like, so the bananas from Whole Foods, they're fair trade certified and they're from Colombia, whereas the bananas from Trader Joe's are from Guatemala and they aren't fair trade certified. What varies a lot is the milk, which is really astounding. So this is the really expensive milk. It's $4 a gallon. And I don't really know what the difference is. It's pasteurized milk from cows not treated by RBGH versus the cheaper milk, which no artificial growth hormones in the farm and in the cows. So I mean, and this milk, the same thing. So, and if you compare it to a meal from McDonald's, a price of 3 meals from McDonald's actually gets me all of this instead of just 3 burgers and fries and 3 Cokes, which don't really go that far. And it's also just not great for my body at the same time, whereas this can last me for some time. But I know what you're thinking. This isn't a full grocery list. And I agree. So I think we need to go back to the original 2 questions. Can you eat healthy for cheap, and can you do it on a fast food budget? So let's start with the second question. Can you eat with a fast food budget? Like, if you compare a fast food meal and then you see how much you can actually get for the price of a fast food meal, you can get a lot of stuff. You can get eggs, bread, an avocado, bananas, and milk. So yes, I think you can get a lot of good healthy foods for the price of a fast food meal. But now we need to answer the first question. Can you actually eat healthy for cheap? I think it depends. No, the answer for me is yes, but it also depends where you're shopping. So you can get a full grocery of food at Aldi's for $50, and you can get the same thing at Trader Joe's for $70, or you can get this very same exact thing again at Whole Foods, $80 to $90. It all depends on where you're going. The biggest takeaway for me was not so much how much can you get at a grocery store for cheap that's healthy,
healthy, but more so, how many times can you actually cut out the times you're actually eating out? Because eating out is just generally going to be more expensive. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but the answer to those two questions is yes. You can get a pretty healthy lifestyle by getting groceries that are really healthy for cheap, and you can do it on a fast food budget. But remember, you should eat a French fry once in a while because life's too short and French fries taste good. Moral of the story. Mic drop. If I had a mic. Anyway. That was a terrible ending. You guys got it.